We usually group objects together so we can edit complex designs more effectively. Grouped objects remain together when we move, rotate, or resize them. In this way, grouped objects behave as a single entity. On the other hand, a group is a container that includes the original objects. They retain their properties so that we can edit them individually if needed. To group objects, we select them. Then we open the menu and tap on the Group icon. We can do the same by bringing up the context menu and choosing the Group command. In the Layers panel, we can see that the selected objects were replaced with a new group. The group has a button that displays its internal structure. In our example, all the original objects are here. If we tap on any object in the design that belongs to the group, the entire group will become selected. If we drag an object, the entire group will move. We can easily resize grouped objects without breaking the piece of design they make up. To ungroup, we tap on Ungroup in the menu. A group can contain another group. See how the Layers panel displays such a nested structure? It can have as many levels deep as it makes sense for you. In order to ungroup a nested group all the way down, we need to ungroup the upper level, then next, and so on. The Ungroup command can be found in the menu as well as in the context menu of the group. Grouping can change the order of objects in the stack. This can potentially change how your design looks. I have an example with 3 overlapping squares, with the small one at the top and the big one at the bottom. If we group the small and big squares, the middle one will disappear. This happens because the objects in the group were placed together on top of the middle square. As I mentioned earlier, editing objects in a group is possible without ungrouping them. Different methods can be used for that depending on what you're about to do. To edit an object's properties, such as fill color or stroke width, you just need to select that individual object. We do that by tapping on the object in the Layers panel. Now we can change the object's properties in the Appearance, Geometry, and other panels. The isolation mode is useful for manipulating individual objects on the canvas. To activate it, we double-tap on the group. In this mode, the Layers panel hides all of the objects except for the contents of the group. The canvas still displays the entire design. Objects outside the group became dimmed, and we can no longer select them. On the other hand, the objects in the group can be selected, moved, resized, and so on. We can also adjust their properties in the Appearance and other panels. As long as you're in isolation mode, new objects that you add to the design will automatically appear in the group. When you are done, just click on the Exit Isolation Mode button at the top to quit isolation mode, or you can double-tap outside the isolated object. The Selection tool can access objects in the group directly, so we can select or move an object. Once the object is selected, we can edit it using the Selection and other tools. In addition to grouping and ungrouping, the Layers panel gives us more ways to change the contents of a group. I'm going to show you how to replace an object in a group with a new one. To remove an object from this group, we select it and tap on the Delete button. To add a new object to the group, we simply drag it inside. As partial ungrouping, we can drag an object outside the group. By default, a group has no style. Once we add a fill or other property to the group, it will be applied to the objects in the group on top of their own styles. Apart from groups of the general type that we just saw in this video, Amadine can also create compound and clipping groups. Compound groups are created when you apply the Boolean operations to objects. Clipping groups are created by applying a clipping mask to an object. For more details about compound and clipping groups, please watch the dedicated videos. Finally, let me tell you about a feature that is similar to grouping. It creates compound paths. The Compound Path button in the Path panel merges multiple paths into a single object. In order to separate such paths, we use the button with the X icon. That's it for working with groups. Thanks for watching.